Alright guys, so I apologize about the delay on the video coming out. As I learned, I've had two videos come out without the sound on the video, and I needed to check and find out how many went before I was able to get the sound corrected. And so here we go with US turn 3 in the video, and I still did not have sound. Uh, the good news, I believe UK4 is when my sound was back on, and I wasn't talking to nobody. So I'm just going to do my best at doing a patchwork over top of the game here. The big thing here, US3, is the C-Zone 17 battle. This has been the battle I've been planning up for, setting up with. I did talk about a few options of where I could move all of the 12 and 13 into 14, but he would still, these fighters up in Karelia could get down here because a carrier could come over and shoot its fighters over, and that really wasn't an option. I also looked at, uh, what other plays do we have, um, and there just wasn't a whole lot of options, but there was an option for strafing them. Come back over here, I did, look, of course, Japan is still threatening West USA, but I don't need all of those units now, right? So I was planning on moving some up to Canada so that we could make sure that Alaska's secured and dead zone since he doesn't have any other, saying he has no other transport. So I just needed a dead zone versus the two and any air that he could land there. And then also I got 3 units there, so I was just talking about how, I'm going to keep them over there. So if he lands on the eastern Australia, I can try to attack him with a bomber and whatnot as a possibility. And really that was the big focus. I do go into here with the purchase because I have all those units sitting in West USA that's going to be moving over to Central USA, and then the following turn coming over, that I did not need to buy a lot of ground units this turn. So I was pointing out earlier, I'm going to build a factory for Norway. I'm also going to build a fighter because I know I'm going to be attacking C-Zone 17. I'm going to lose air, so I want to start regaining some air. And I think like I said, I think I built 2 artillery in there to match the infantry from West USA coming over. And of course, I talk a lot, so I don't know what all else I said in here. We're going to skip forward a little bit. Oh, I was making a note there that it's round 3, and he does have 5 transports in a factory already, so that's pretty decent pacing for Japan um, at this point. So they're doing okay, even though they're doing the reverse. I tend to go the other way in the Pacific. He's doing the Hawaii first rotation. This is the other thing. What I was taking note of is he's taken pressure off of India. I think he was planning on having those Japan fighters be able to reach Karelia, but by moving them up there and his fleet over in Hawaii with a battleship and 2 fighters over there and cruiser over there, it really took pressure off of India. So I didn't have to do much to stack India. Was a good, and the fact that he didn't take Burma too was good as well. Which part of what I was talking, and actually I don't know why I paused it, but part of what I was going through was I could possibly strafe the units here, but my fighters are going 3 from over here and over here would have to land in TJ, so I needed to leave enough people. That UK, I had to leave enough infantry, troops there to allow my US to land there and not get smoked by a transport and these units in the tank and the bomber. So this really was a tricky add up, and I think that's what I was talking about in UK. It really was a tricky situation there. And just as an overall grand strategy, I can't remember if I talked about here or the UK or if I did it in one of the ones that the audio actually worked. But Axis approach here, they're going heavy into Africa and they're going heavy into Alaska, which gave me better strength in the center of the board. And I'd rather have the strength in the center of the board than in the peripheries, which he was doing. It does require US to use a lot of resources to take care of Africa and Alaska, so US is not putting much pressure on Germany at this point, but um, I'd rather be strong in the center of the board than on those peripheries. So I'm okay with that. All right, here we go. Let's jump up to the Yeah, so I had 2 artillery transport fighter in a factory that we bought. Combat move. So here we go, 5 planes going in against the 4 units there with the battleship. And here we go. We always like dice, right? So I brought in, the calculator on this. So we have a 50% chance of winning. But really, I just need to kill the carrier. That's what I was going into. So I was showing what are the chances that the carrier lives. Very small. If I kill the carrier, then the Karelia fighters could no longer reach that western Mediterranean sea zone, so I could move into there, and then the U.S. ships could take care of the rest the next time. So my main goal was killing the carrier here. Here we go, dice. So here I was like, woohoo, 4 hits. Wow. And then I'm like, ooh, 4 hits. Ugh. And so then I had to decide, okay, well, we might as well get rid of those fighters that we're going to have to land in TJ anyways. And now it's bomber versus a one-hit battleship. Do we take that? I say yes. I had to take that battle. And we whiffed. And he hit. And gut punch. I mean, the overall battle statistically was not far off from where it should have landed. So I can't be super upset. I wish they hadn't gotten my hopes all up like that, because I could have done my whole retreat that I was planning on doing initially and not wasted my entire U.S. Air Force against it. So be it. It was what it was. Dice are dice. I just would have rather, instead of getting 4 hits and 4 hits, I'd rather have gotten, my 2 hits and 2 hits, took his carrier out, and then I could have retreated and then finished him off. So I believe this is the turn. That I will notice after the fact that I got transports all right here with no defense, and later realize that the fighter could go, or the bomber could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think, yeah, I'm a few turns ahead, and my memory's a little fuzzy. Maybe that was last turn too, but this was just kind of going through all the strategies of what could happen there. Da, 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 da. Skip ahead, skip ahead. Oh yeah, finished our defensive C-Zone 5 there. And you can see I'm moving into 14 because now he only has 3 that can hit there, and I've got 4, both of us with battleships. So at the very least, I'm going to have this fleet that can clean up the Germans next time. But it was frustrating because that meant he's got one more load with the German transport that he can move. And I was really kind of counting on him not being able to move any more units with the transport. There's my factory. So I moved infantry artillery up there. I brought some infantry over, pairing them with some artilleries to go with the transports that I brought back and built, and the fighter, so that I'd have the two in the fighter to be able to go over that way, because the UK is going to take it first, so that he can't land his fighter. I said the air as well earlier, but it's really just his infantry artillery I got a dead zone against. But yeah, I think this is where I noticed, oh shoot, that bomber can go in there and reach them. And I said, oh dang. Maybe in other words. I don't remember my exact words, you know? So, whoops. So we had 25. So I think I did an artillery and, yeah, 8 infantry there. The long story short here is I wanted to make sure I kept West Russia stacked at the same time as trying to keep Gaza stacked. Oh, yeah, and I was going to take advantage of the fact that the Ukraine failed there. Oh, yep, looking back at the... Pause it here for a second. The war report, I tried to do this before I built my units and they added up, so at this point I am 13 attack power behind, 13 AP behind, and he is already up at 88 on the Axis side, which is a rather high number and a little concerning, although I'm still making more, and I'll be cutting into that, but that's not a great war report for end of 3 rounds for allies. Comes our good old dice. Good hit there. This was an important one. We needed to take this, or else he has that tank blitz. Ugh. There's the hit. This was the nice to have one. But I really couldn't afford too much loss there. But we got the hit. So that was good. The end of this is the kind of the interesting part. So I was not going to be able to stack Kaza and West Russia and Caucasus with all the air that he had 2 away, plus the bomber could reach there, plus the battleship, plus that stinking transport had another shot at me. So I elected to move them all out of there, and I elected to go ahead and put 4 infantry in there, even though actually I think I decreased this. Let's watch. I think I ended up deciding not to go 4. Did I go with the 4? Maybe I did. Sorry, I had to answer the phone. That was the sheriff's office answering an alarm at my business. So, in any case, so yeah, I went with 3 to make it not as profitable, and hopefully, I actually wanted to tempt his bomber because of the fact that I didn't really want his bomber to go to Africa. So I was hoping that maybe we could tempt him to come in here, or excuse me, his battleship, his bomber, tempt his bomber to come in here instead of killing my transports down off the coast of Africa. So that's why I ended up going with 3. It seemed like a good number that would make him have to commit because he'd have 2 units plus the battleship, and some fighters, but that he need to commit the bomber to make it just a smooth kill. And that was the end of the turn. Alright, I gotta do a speed run here. I realize I'm working a long shift, ran home during lunch, so I can do this real super fast. It's gonna be like a 6-7 minute move. Quick story, he bought a bomber in response to me killing his fighters down there, so he now has 2 bombers, 3 fighters I gotta be careful of. He did a lot of attacking. Spread out in Africa, that's not a surprise there, right? He did attack Caucasus, so with the 2 infantry battleship and a bomber, and my 2 infantry survived. Yay! So I'm happy to trade 2 for 2 and hold on to it. So he took the bait there. So that meant the bomber didn't go down and kill the transports down here. So I still got my transports. I was worried would be dead. And then he basically attacked things. The big thing is he left Karelia. I didn't see if I can do this super fast. Oh, can I do this fast? Can I do this fast? Let's see. So he's got 6 infantry, 8 tanks that he's got going there. 6 infantry, 8 tanks, and 3 fighters, 2 bombers. If we kill that, and we kill that, and we move those, so we move 2 there, 12. Say like 4 artillery. This is artillery. 1 minus the 3. 12 infantry. Couple fighters. So yeah, I'll have to look at it closer later. We could possibly stack Karelia here, is what I'm thinking. But I'm going to leave that up for I don't got time. I'm going to abandon out of here, though. Do I need to abandon out of here? Did I decide? Do I need to? If I'm going to bring this guy over, I need to. Yeah, I'm going to pull out for a turn. I can't attack here. I can't attack here. So I'm going to pull out for a turn. In any case, buying 8 infantry and a fighter, 3 for here, 5 for there, the fighter go to there, continue cycling my fighters into the center of the map. Take that freebie. Actually, let's hold the artillery back for right now. That's the other one. I knew there was one other one. Glad I went back. Checked that. Let's go. Gotta go. Thank you. man, I gotta make the decision now. And you know, I didn't count that AA gun, so I'm gonna throw them in there. What the heck? At the very least, yeah, we're gonna throw my other UK guys down in there, and maybe Russia can stack them later. Maybe they can't stack them later. Guys can come on back. No, no. Stay there for response. We're gonna move you in. Both my fighters up here. So he can only bring 2 bombers up there, right? And we've got enough, especially when we pull that guy around. These guys come in. Do we want them to go in? I want them going down there, right? Okay. Last thing I need to do is I need to double check my India here, make sure I'm not giving up India. I'll have 10 infantry, 2 artillery. He will have 4, which can bring 5 and 3. He's got 1 fighter, 1 bomber. Those can't reach. He's got a battleship. I'll give him just 36% chance. But we also have these tanks here. You know what? I don't need to do that. We got the tanks sitting there that could kick back and all that air if I absolutely have to. As well as the Russian tank that could kick back if need be. I'm afraid I'm doing something wrong, but I gotta go. And this is why I don't like ranked. There we go. Alright, turnover. Okay, so Japan 4's move here. They bought 10 infantry and artillery and another complex. They put the other complex down here. Pretty good buy there. I mean, that's what, 37, 47, 52? So I didn't realize he had that much money. I don't know if he saved the time before or how exactly that happened. Or wait, that's 34, 49, excuse me. Anyways, you get the point. It's pretty good income actually. You know, I'm kind of curious. So they're sitting at 44 income right now. So that's not bad. That's not bad for Japan at all at this point. So he is getting a little bit more here, but we're still going to be able to stack Kaza. We're going to take Ukraine. Hopefully we're going to take our change, or we're even going to take a shot at Vologda and stacking Karelia, because that's what I was trying to figure out when I was doing my UK turn, but I just didn't have time. But we should be able to stack Karelia at this point as well from him attacking. So all he'll be able to do is trade these 2 back next turn, and hopefully we're going to take out the battleship transport finally, so no more med ships. I'm going to use that using battleship cruiser destroyer. Hopefully we don't lose anybody. I mean, he could use his air force to take those 3 boats of mine out, but there's not a transport in there, and I don't know that he'd really want to. They're kind of out of place, so I don't see the benefit of it. We are going to pull the carrier out. Probably actually all the way out to here and picking up a fighter so that we can start working through here because we're going to be bringing our transports down here actually to finish up cleaning up Africa. So the good news is, although I'm only building, you can see I'm only building 5 infantry, but we're going to get all these guys on transports next time, and these guys. So these 2 guys are going to meet up with that transport. These 6 guys are going to meet up with this transport plus 2 that I'm building in there. And then we're going to have 5 and an AA coming over where there's these 4 transports will be sitting here, 2 from here, 2 from there, that some of them can come up to Canada, some can come back in here. So, and then we'll be up to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 transports plus the IC. So we're pretty close to where I like to be transport-wise, especially since we're not in the Mediterranean at this point. So we're getting there. It's a little bit slower than I'd like, but you know, even though Germany's getting some here, they're losing money up here, being knocked out of Karelia at this point. Now, I imagine he'll pull all these ground back up here, and then he'll get back into Karelia, not G5, but G6. But he gave me too much room to operate, so we're going to shut it down for a turn, and that's important because that means after Germany, since they don't get Karelia, these UK tanks will be able to blitz on through to West Russia or Archangel, whatever, and they'll be able to get down into the center of the board. So it's a key move that we're going to be able to hold Karelia, even if it's just for one turn. And, I mean, whether he stacks down here, here, or here, I'm sure he'll push his stacks forward, and I'll have to pull back into West Russia and continue bumping into Kaza, and I'm going to be pulling guys back this way. So here we go. So U.S. turn, we're going to buy 5 infantry, we're going to get 2 transports, and we're still going to buy another fighter just to keep building up my rebuilding my air force from taking on that fleet. So we're going to do some interesting moves down here. I'm going to bring 1 infantry down here so that he can't just blitz all the way down to South Africa and grab it. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 into this guy. So that's going to leave me 4 infantry, which he could kill, but I'm going to be bringing 2 infantry, 2 artillery, and a bomber sitting here. So whatever if he goes to kill that, then I'm just going to wipe him right back out, quick and easy. If he goes down here, I'll have 4, 5, a tank, plus I'll have my transports that could come down and hit here. So he's already owns that, so all he can do is stack here and then trade, you know, start trading out his units. So that's our plan to try to clean this up. We do want to make sure we move him forward. So we're going to take the battleship for taking a shot, give the cruiser and destroyer to hopefully hit it in 1 shot. Carrier's going to come back. Those guys are going to do their thing. Nothing to attack over here. And that should be it on the attacks this turn. Good thing we sent Mr. Bomber. Two hits first round, come on. 1 hit out of destroyer cruiser and 1 hit out of the battleship. Good. Oh, battleship, you're the one that's supposed to hit. Oh, but his missed. Okay, both battleships missed. Go figure. Like I said, if he wants to attack that, you know, more power to him, I guess. Okay. I no longer have to protect him here. I can move that destroyer. All right. So he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait, he can't. 1, 2, 3, 4. Since I cleared that, so I don't have to worry about protecting that. So we're just gonna come to here. We don't have a transport there, but I'd rather the fighter there can fly, you know, closer in than if I had to go down there. You know, had on hindsight, I didn't need to bring my cruiser all the way down there last time. I was viewing that attacking there, but I was rushing then too. All right, transport's good. All looks good. So there's 6 of them. 6 extras that can come back up to meet transports coming up to here to shuck either direction next time. Oh wait, hold up. Not 2 of those. 2 of those need to go up into Norway. Still, 2 transports can go up there. Ah, he bombed Russia. I did not notice that. Okay. So that changes my plans a little bit. We do got to be careful of any, let's see, how many planes can it reach? 1, 2, 3, so 4. And I was planning on letting 1 infantry live. So what do we need to have to hold Russia? Because I'd rather not build but 1 and then be able to build eight guys. But I don't know that's gonna make me happy. So, because if he has 1 infantry, 3 fighters, and a bomber, I really need to have 6 ground in there to feel comfortable about it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Not exactly what I wanted to do. It's going to be a less person than I'd like to build, but oh well. It is important that I take that, so I'm going to use 2 fighters on them. Let me pull up my Corelli calculator so I make sure I don't goof up how many units I'm sitting up there. So I'd like to have 12 infantry, 5 artillery. We got 1 and 1. Well, my 5 artillery, 1 infantry is going to go here. We're going to build 1, so I need 10 to go up. That leaves me 2. Two tanks are going to be extra. 2 of these guys need to go down that way. That leaves me 3 and 1. So 10, 11, build is 12. Oh wait, no. 10, 11, oh yeah, build is 12, but I need 1 to go over here. hold up. So we need one less coming from here going there. So 1 to go there, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 5. My AA going up there. Actually, I don't even need that AA to go up there. But I will, so that means I only need, since I got an AA down south already, so I only need 11 infantry to go up there, so we can have him go up there, build 1 go there, 9 go up a 10th, 11th, 5 infantry, land my 2 fighters up there. We're good. I need to bring 2 infantry down here. So what do we got going here now? We have 2 infantry, 2 tanks going that way. Should we just go ahead and send... Yeah, let's go ahead and just send an extra one that way. And those 2 can come down. My wife indicated the dinner's ready, so I'm playing kind of quick here because it's steak and I'm ready to go eat it. So I hope I didn't make any mistakes. This is probably like I said, the hardest thing with ranked is playing fast when you have to play fast. Oh, I remember why I was only going to send 2. Well, shoot, I'm going to send 3 now. But I got the UK troops. Ground can move in here to help cover them. Oh, there we go. Because that one more going to Vologda might have been more comfortable to have that as a mini stack. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been trading so much. I'd rather, yeah. Come on, take it without a loss. No hit back. All right. So 3 units versus 2 infantry and air. I'll take that. Although I would have liked to have sent 1 more that way, I think. But oh well. Move him in. Them up. 1 over. So yeah, there we go. Oh, I forgot to look at the... So this is after building 7 infantry, so I had 180 to 184. I think that's a pretty good catch-up from last time, if I remember. We did a good, nice little catch-up to only 4 difference. He's down to 84. I think that's down a little bit. And we got our 73.98, so that was a good round for us. Okay, so Germany bought 13 infantry. Yeah, I mean, he's grounding up now, and he's got a nice core going here, as you can see, where he's got, 20 units, 10 units moving that way, 10 infantry, 14 infantry. He's got a nice strong core right through the middle of Europe there, and it's going to take a long time for me to break all those units. I mean, that's 15, 26, 36, 56, 59, like 60 units or so through there, and I'm just barely breaking the corner. The Russians, of course, aren't going to count, so we only got a handful here. So we got a long time till we're going to be able to actually break Germany. So that's the downside. The good news is we do have the Karelia door open, so we can get some UK and if US troops, if you brought in here to help restore the center a little bit. He pulled back out of Africa. You can see this combination of the Ukraine and Egypt stacks here. He's looking to put pressure here. So if Germany gets here, that's bad news for me. And, you know, I'm going to have a fair amount of units here that could dead zone Caucasus. But at the same time, I'd rather not blow all my Russian units on the Germans with the Japan building up on the backside. That's the good side. Good news is Japan's still pretty far away as well. But this is the time, I believe, that it's time to come out of India, excuse me. So I'm going to pull on out of India, pull back into Persia, so that I will have of course, we're going to come down here, stack West Russia, Moscow, Kaza, Persia stack. So this is going to be my core. We'll have Caucasus dead zone. We'll have TJ dead zone from these guys because these guys coming up. And we'll have India dead zone because we'll have quite the stack, and we're going to have 6 fighters and a bomber sitting in here for UK as well as these tanks. So, you know, we're going to have that pretty well dead zoned. And at the end of the day, I'm going to try and make this as awkward as I can for him to take, preferably where he has to commit like 2 transports if he really wants it, because that's going to mess up his shucking, and it's not going to let him keep it, so I can just keep trading back and forth with it. So we're going to pull out of India and just kind of make it awkward. I am going to go ahead and try and attack Burma, which is a little bit awkward because since I moved my bomber down here, I kind of regret that a little bit. I wanted to take out that infantry, which worked. But now, you know, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait, can I do it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, wait, yeah, I can do it. I was thinking that was going to be 5. I completely miscounted. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, all right, so I don't have to land them there. So that'll help with taking these guys out. So hopefully we can take these guys out so he has to commit transports to try to take it. And then I'm going to build an AA to make it awkward for his air at the very least, since my other AA is all the way over here at the moment. So we're going to make it awkward, do what we can, and maybe he'll choose to not even bother to trade it this first round because it's just too awkward. And so if we can get dead zone, dead zone, dead zone, stack, 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 and then hopefully kill these 2 units off, we'll be sitting pretty good. And of course, hopefully these 2 are stacked from him being able to attack with his infantry and fighters and planes. So we got a fairly stable center of the board for us, although he's getting ready to put some pressure. All right, so purchase. I'm going to buy an AA and 2 infantry for down here for India, and we're going to buy 4 infantry, 2 artilleries for my 3 transports up here. I am going to go ahead and state that I'm going to plan on flying this fighter to Sea Zone 5 and building a U.S. carrier into here, which will allow me to bring this transport in, still send 1 fighter to Kaza because I need that for the stack. The other fighter in Sea Zone 5 will help have pressure on Caucasus as well, although he won't be adding the pressure down all the way down to India and TJ, but I don't think it's needed. I think I'll have enough there anyway, so not too worried on that. But coming in here will let me trade these 2 using these units, and then hopefully move those guys on in. Fortunately, I can't get a good shot with the plane, so this fighter could reach him, but then he can't get back to Sea Zone 5 or down to Kaza, and I need 1 of my fighters in Kaza and 1 of my fighters in Sea Zone 5. So unfortunately, we're going to take a shot with infantry artillery versus 2, which is not my favorite. I mean, it's a 50-50. We'll see what happens. Hopefully at least to get 1 and then make it easy for Russia to take. Alrighty, so yeah, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. think we're just gonna send the 2. Because all that, even if I don't take it, he doesn't have a tank that can blitz. So if I can just kill both of them, that would be great. And hopefully take it. That'd be even better. And then let's see. This guy needs to fly 1, 2, 3, 4 down to there, so we're not going to use him. But we might as well use the cruiser. Let that cruiser get his practice in, because eventually that cruiser is going to have some usefulness in attack Berlin. Although we could take a shot at that now, too. I think I'll wait till I have an artillery to come along to back up the cruiser missing at trying to take out that AA gun. Hate to waste 2 infantry when we know the cruiser's probably going to miss. I need every single one of these units. I'm not going to risk trying to do a bomb, an air raid on any of these guys. They can't really attack forward at all, so no reason to waste the units there. Alright. I think that's all the attacks I can do. Way to miss, cruiser. Oh, fighter, come on. I'm counting on you. Come on, fighter. Ah, gosh. Come on, guys. Thank you. Russians didn't want to have to clean up their mess. Their leftovers. Alright. Bomber's on. He's on target though. Bomber's gonna do good. With Oh, bomber! Come on. Bomber missed twice. Wow. Well, at least we got both infantry, so he can't. He'll have to use transports to take ND at the very least. Alright. Artillery, do your job. Good. Whiff. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Artillery did its job. Way to go, artillery. Much better than planes and cruisers. Yeah, I was thinking about leaving one because he may just sit in Egypt. I'm going to push him with US anyways. Now we're going to move them in here to be extra protection versus these bombers. Because my US carrier destroyer is going to sit there. We're going to bring the fighter in, but just to be extra safe, I think we're going to do that. Although, you know what? 2 carriers, destroyer, and a fighter should be fine. There's 2 bombers. 1, 2, 3. Fighters can't reach. I'm gonna shoot the cruiser on up here so that he can come on around to Sea Zone 3 next time. Alright. So, I'm not going to hold the video going because I want to play around with some different... Oh, you know what? You can come on out of there. Some different combinations. So I'm going to have 2 infantry and artillery sitting there. So I'm going to... My bomber's sitting here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we can't threaten him there. So originally I was planning on having the bomber here. So I would be still threatening 61. But I liked the idea of being able to get him there. So I'm okay with that. And I don't want to leave the bomber in India because he will be able to take it if he really wants it. So we'll leave him there. But I'm going to just calculate what will make him send at least 2 transports to take it if he really wants it. And that's going to count on him using the battleship, and you know, all the fighters, all the planes can make it because we didn't take Burma. So I got to keep that in consideration too. So we got 4 fighters and a bomber. That's why we built the AA. So, but I'm not going to keep you guys here. I'm just going to do that, and you can just remember when I pull up US to take a quick glance at India, and you can see what I did there. The rest will pull back to Persia.